Okay, thought I'd try starting a new stream. Thought I'll do some Rust stuff since it's a Rust channel, kind of. I know I've kind of gone off on one and started doing some Unity stuff, which is sort of mostly using C# and stuff like that. But again, I'm learning Unity, so I thought I may as well record some stuff of it. Now I wanted to have a little go at doing some actual Rust, I suppose. Really, I'm just going to be following some tutorials, find out. I'll just look at the documentation and see what we can do. Let's just go to my Rust thingy. Let's have a look. I might bump this up a little bit so the actual graphics maybe text a little bit bigger. I don't know. Is that right? Yeah, that should be okay then. So I need to actually have a look and try and find something interesting to do for Rust. I think there's a Rust book, isn't it? Rust book. The Rust programming language. Let's see what they've got. They've got some random stuff to do. Ownership, method syntax, writing tests, closures, iterators. It's got a fair few things really. Oh, okay, we've got the actual draft of the second edition. Let's go to the first edition because that seems to. Let's have a quick look. Getting started. Installing Rust, we've already got it on. Troubleshooting, let's just do it. Rust C dash hang on, 2 dashes in it, version, I think. Leave that or dash capital V. It's taking its time there. Rust C 1.24 nightly. I did the nightly install when I've done the last install on the fresh install of Windows 10. I think there's a video of that somewhere around on my channel. I might link to it somewhere. But yeah, let's get back to this stuff. Hello world. Well, I think we kind of see, I think Hello World sort of like makes itself when you do a cargo new, so it kind of a bit early-ish sorts of things. Where are we? Cargo, creating configuration file, building running cargo, building for release. Actually, that's the point. What's this? Optimizations, build, release, compile project optimizations. That's fine. New cargo project the easy way. New hello bit. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that was a bit. What's it? Guessing game. Here we go. I'm pretty sure I got randomly started on this at some point and kind of just it fizzled off. Did I get bored of it or something? What was there? So it's dependencies of random library of some sort. Compiling guessing game. Let secret number equals random thread random number generator. Generate a range between 1 and 101. I presume it's non-inclusive of the last number. I'm guessing. Could do with the actual API documentation, I suppose. In fact, I might look for that. Rust API docs. Let's see if I can find. Creates STD. I presume that's like the standardized things. Rust standard library. Already know what you're looking for. Fast way to find it is a search bar at the top. Oh, cool. Okay, so I'll keep that as a secondary part to this because it's normalish, I suppose. Where are we? Guessing game setup, blah blah. Project, got a new guessing game bin. Should we just do that and see what we get? Might just make this a bit smaller, sort of something like that. Move it down here a bit or something. Yeah. So we'll just do a cargo on. What the hell? New guessing game bin. I think I'll move some of the stuff off this desk because everything's in the way basically, so I'm kind of leaning over things to try and type. That's a little bit better. Okay, so we've got a new that's a CD guessing game. Okay, that's what I haven't done. I haven't set up Git on here. I've got Git, but I haven't actually set up the stuff. So I'm going to do that off screen for a second, just to quickly get it sorted. Git. Global user.email. Just in the Okay. Okay. Maybe I did say it then. I'll just not set it globally. That might be the problem. Yeah, I'll just do it again for here. Do it off screen so it's not showing more stuff. I'll do it globally, it doesn't matter for now. See if a commit works. Oh, I can do that on the screen, by the way. I've literally just let's go back around a second. Let's do a git status. I've just added whatever's in the folder. So now I'm going to do a git commit. Yeah, that works alright, that's good. So we're all clean and we've got a nice setup now. Right, so I'm just going to make this a bit bigger again. I might make the font a little bit smaller, I don't know. It's 1080p, so you might be okay. I'll just lower it a tiny bit just to... Okay, so everything's all up to date. Guessing game, blah blah. So now if I do code dot, I'm just going to Visual Studio Code. Close the welcome screen. Let's go into source. Cargo TOML file, author, version, dependencies. I think we're going to have random dependency or something in this. Let's just have a quick look at this. Setup, blah blah, package, hello world's working, cargo build, processing a guess, stdio, So look at the main.rs source. So I need to add the stdio part there, don't I? Let's move this down a bit. Let's make that a bit wider, move that down. So we're going to do the use std ::io. Okay. Save that. What's it having a mind about now? Unused import, that's fine. I'll deal with that in a bit. At the moment we're going to print line. Let's get rid of this one then. Guess the number. Oops. Display message to user. Okay, let's just do that. What else do I need to type? That's that. So I'll just leave this as a can do that, right? I think. Although it actually still does that, so another backslash n. Just give a bit of space, and then please input your guess. So we're getting a mutable variable called guess. So let mutable guess equals a new string. Okay, it's an unused variable, but we'll use this io std in dot read line, and we're going to read it into mutable reference of guess. Okay. Oh, actually, hang on. Oh, okay. The expected is just so that it can do a bit of error handling. And if it fails and it's like failed to read the line. Did I spell? Oh, not expected, expect. Sorry. Okay, so that's doing that. And you guessed whatever the guess was. Okay. So we can add different stuff in with different traits, isn't it? You guessed. Okay, so save that. It's just going to break it down now. There's a lot here. Let's go over it bit by bit. Use stdio. We need to take input from and then print the result as output. As such, we need the IO library from the standard library. Rust only imports a few things by default into every program. The prelude, if it's not a prelude, you'll have to use it directly. There's also a second prelude, the IO prelude, which serves a similar function. You import it and it imports a number of useful IO related things. And it's explained about the fn and main. As you've seen before, the main function is the entry point of the program. Fn syntax declares a new function. The left and right parens indicate there are no arguments, and the left curly brace starts the body of the function. Because we didn't include the return type, it's assumed to be empty, basically an empty tuple. Okay, print line guess the number, and please input your guess. Previously we learned that print line is a macro that prints a string to the screen. Let mute guess equals string new. I already kind of, well, we should have a general idea that that means make a new empty string. We're going to get interested. A lot going on in this little line. The first thing you'll notice is that the let statement, which is used to create variable binding, taken the form let foo equals bar as an example. Let's create a new binding named foo, bind it to a value bar. In many languages it's called a variable, but in Rust variable bindings have a few tricks up their sleeves. For example, they're immutable by default. In other words, you can't change them and stuff. That's why our example uses a MUT. It makes the binding mutable rather than immutable. Let doesn't take the name on the left hand side of the assignment. It actually accepts a pattern. We'll use patterns later. It's easy enough to use for now. Let foo equals 5, foo is immutable. Let mute bar equals 5, bar is mutable. In other words, you can change bar. // is a comment, and it basically indicates in the same way as C++ comments work, basically. Rust ignores everything in comments. So now that we know let mute guess, we'll introduce a mutable binding named guess. We have to look at the other side for the equals. It's bound to string new. String is a type provided by the standard library. String is also growable. It's a UTF-8 encoded bit of text. The new syntax uses double colon because it's an associated function of a particular type. In other words, it's like a static function, I presume. It's probably like its instantiator or something like that. This is to say it's associated with string itself rather than a particular instance of string. Okay, so yeah, it's static. Some languages call this a static method. Okay, yeah. The function is named new because it creates a new empty string, and you'll find new function on many types. It's a common name for making new values of some kind. Let's move forward. IO colon std in left right paren dot read line left paren a reference, a mutable reference to guess, I think, and then something to catch any error or whatever. There's a lot more. Let's go bit by bit. The first line has two parts. Here's the first. IO colon std in left and right paren. Remember how we used stdio in the first line of the program? We're calling an associated function on it. If we didn't use stdio, we could have written a line as this. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. It's like they're using in C or C++ or whatever, or C# even. This particular function returns a handle to the standard input of the terminal, more specifically stdio stdin. The next part will handle and get input from the user dot readline mutable guess. Here we call the readline method on a handle. Methods are like associated functions but are only available on a particular instance of a type rather than the type itself. In other words, a non-static method. We're also passing one argument to the readline, the mutable guess. Remember that we bound guess above. We said it was mutable. However, readline doesn't take a string. It's as an argument. It takes a reference, basically. That looks like feature called references, yeah, which allow you to have multiple references in one piece of data, which can reduce copying. References are complex features, as one of Rust's major selling points. How safe and easy it is to use references. We don't need to know a lot of these details to finish our program right now, though. For now, we'll need to know is that let binding references are immutable by default. Hence, we need to write &mute guess rather than &guess. Why does readline take a mutable reference to a string? Its job is to take what the user types into the standard input and place it into that string. Yeah, kind of makes normal sense. So it takes a string as an argument. In order to add the input, it needs to be mutable. We're not quite done for this line of code, though. While it's a single line of text, it's only the first part of a single logical line of code. Expect. When you call .foo syntax, you introduce a new line and other white spaces. This helps split up the lines, the long lines could have done like I did, but that gets hard to read, so we split it up into two lines. For method calls, we already talked about the read line, but how about the expect? We'll already mentioned that readline puts what the user types into a mute string and we pass it, but it also returns a value, in this case, and a result. Rust has a number of types named result as a standard library, generic result, and a specific version of sub-libraries like the IO result. Purpose of result types is to encode error handling information. Values of the result type, like any type, have methods defined on them. In this case, IO result has an expect method. It takes value called upon. If it isn't a successful one, panic. So it just panics with the message that you pass to it. That's fine. So it is literally like a exception sort of base. Rust ones that we haven't used, the result value. This warning comes from a special annotation, not IO result. Rust trying to tell you that we haven't handled a possible error. Okay, so it's basically like having an exception, but you haven't actually handled the exception, I'm guessing. There's only one line, for example, on the left. You just guess. Prints out a string we saved our input in, and the left and right curly braces are a placeholder, so we pass it guess. Like if you do in C#, would you do something like, I don't know, console.print line. You can do like name being a variable, let's say. Or you can do similar. If you put a dollar at the front, you can actually have it do it this way instead and omit that. Just sometimes looks a bit clearer that way to an extent. Can't remember, do we need that or do we need that? No, so it's literally that. I'm just being a bit special. That's not super new, but it's fairly new in C#, that sort of thing to do. Obviously this is mine because it doesn't know what I'm talking about because it's not Rust. But yeah, so similar sort of way you can pop these like that in C# or whatever. So it's fairly similar in that sense. Now again, Rust has a lot of different syntax to a lot of different things. I mean, I'm primarily a C programmer, so this is completely alien. Well, not completely alien because it's just using what's this, but it's a lot different. Where was I? Gone a bit off topic, completely on a tangent there. Let's see, we're about 22 minutes into the stream now. Let's just double check something. Yeah, that's fine. Just wanted to check the state of the thing. Mostly you'll probably just be watching this as a video rather than a stream, but it's gonna be uploaded to YouTube as a video anyway, so I don't really want it to be too long. I mean, we've hit on like 20 odd minutes and we've only got like a few lines of code done, really, to be fair. But I'm just going to save this and we'll do a another commit. I'll just add dot again, shouldn't be a real problem. Let's do a commit. Started adding take input from user and display it back to them. There we go. Okay, so now we'll do a cargo build. Make sure it all builds. Can't see it being too mad since I'm following the thing pretty much verbatim. So there we go. It's unoptimized, debug info done. So cargo run. Let's just run it. See how well it works and see what. Oh, running blah blah. Guess the number. Please input your guess. Yeah, that's my guess. I guessed that. Okay. I'm guessing at some point it'll have something to stop you putting letters into your input. I don't know. And I may have put too many new lines here. We've got I'll put the you know what? I'm just gonna not. I'm gonna do one new line there and see if that looks okay. Right, let's do a cargo run again and have a look. I don't know. I might go without the new line. That's one of those. Input one number, yeah, I guess 12. Great. Now, a couple of issues. It's tracking. How did I modify it? I'm sure. Did I? Oh yeah, I've literally just modified it. So I'm just being a bit special. Right, yeah, I'll modify it again and just do that. Save that, do a little interim commit. Might help if I use the Git program itself first. One sec. Just had to take the headset off there to have a little cough. Let's think. Removed some new line from the would this be maybe the UI user interface? Yeah, we'll just call it that. There we go. It's a clean Git setup now. So I think I'll end it there, and I'll make another video or another stream I'm going to grab a coffee, sit down, have another little quick look through this, make sure I haven't missed anything mad, and I'll see you in the next video / stream, and have a great day.